So good morning once again. I'm sharing you a process for management exercise that will facilitate you to boost up your future ventures for establishment or other kind of incorporation. I'm sharing a case study. Like a person with management consultancy, training and development expertise and profession meets with a person like meeting with Dr. A.K. Pathak, Kamalesh Memorial Nursing Home and Research Center, Jakarta, Ratu Road, Ranchi. Relationship like one of the best diamond having divine heart. Diamond means person with good qualities, total quality peoples. So person meets with a person. The management expert meets with a technocrat. He is having different kind of medical experience. Then they discuss about different kind of things like they share during conversation about opportunities. Like opportunities to me, they discussed to join any organization and being as a dignity. Then xerox of certificates will be required, resumes will be required, like documentation process for shout after discussion for establishment of the proposed and shared vision plan by the person. Qualification and identification matters like degree, master's, doctorate. You will filter, you will scrutiny the persons according to their eligibility and qualifications. 8th, 10th, residential, so on, like Birsa Agriculture College, Kake Hospital, employee clerkial and other things. Then there were certain negotiations about factors for budget, tentative working capital, its investment plan, how it was utilized. Then they discuss about trust, society, NGO registration, about members, resource persons, project leaders, like National Rural Health Mission was discussed about potential resource person and avenues where such kind of association could facilitate the person to prosper their proposed ventures, about funds and projects, then doctors, patients, about the area of intervention where it could be implemented and how it will benefit the surrounding area, how much targeted beneficiaries were planned to cover under the projects. You may plan accordingly for your local area, especially for which purpose like cardiology, home, hygiene, sanitation, health. Blogs like ASHA, A&M, PHC were also helpful. Then AK Pathak shares about his vision plan with the consultant, and consultant evaluates about his proficiency, that he is an MBBS doctor. Then agriculture expertise are also required. Then there were certain like essential organization like RIMS, BIRSA, BIT, veterinary Kake, and other colleges for that specific health sector. Then my Shiksha in Ranchi, like DAV, Hill, Ranchi College, Kayo, Patsala High School, Foundation of Trust of Society, NGO at different places, and looking to work as a founder member, like they shares their perspective during the process of discussion. Then, as a management consultant, as an ombudsman, as a moderator, as a like what we can say arbitrator, you shares your perspective. Like you should meet with the chartered accountants. Then, for you should pursue for establishment of NGO, trust society, or company. You should develop bylaws with support of resource persons for health sector, rural services, or whatever you pursue for. Then about sale, MBBA consultancy offices, first flight to Patna or whatever where you went for what purpose, like Kingfisher or other time it must costlier than money. Money is important to save time for better utilization of it. Then they discuss like I'll have to generate more money to improve my life standard as well as that of my colleagues, like being with one's feeling gives creative idea, and ideas improves your productivity measures your success, and success is the ultimate goal of our life. Then had a discussion with other persons like firefighting academy should be instituted, and more capacity should be built for other kind of works, export management training and placement, how much staff will work at initial level, what will be the proper what we can say training programs, and further recruitment process would follow. Note, like showing herself to get the authority or himself to get the authority, they share their interest for such kind of intervention. Then the discussion led to requirement of a trust deed that it should be developed and followed. Biology analysis of life care, cure missions, and other NGOs were taken care, followed by the discussion like presentation, then what we can say analysis, SWOT analysis, then about what type of work you would like to do, what the questions of discussion to explore the what we can say aspects and avenues where the person aspire to intervene, like who will be the chief executive officer, about team who will work together, then promotion of workshops or what kind of services were being provided during that period, then publication and marketing of books and magazines, like establishment of biotech based companies or institutions, project development and implementation for NGOs, trust society, and corporates. One thing I would like to mention here, it is better to refer about target beneficiaries rather customer. Customer should be with the word targeted beneficiaries of the services. Why? You can discuss in brief about this. How will it improve the working environment for service providers and service users? Like list of societies, NGOs, trust in Bihar, and other basic fundamental areas were explored for association and other kind of partnership establishment. Like what will be the work for shelter establishment, master management of the projects, project development, implementation. There were brain work, which prospers inside your mind and memory and takes the form of documentation, which could be promoted and utilized in future. Note, like should the managing trustee is being what we can say appointed by the settler of the trust or who, then income tax act, then Indian tax act, consultancy fees, then about bylaws of NGO society company, next step shiksha workshops, 12 modules, royalty amount, then what we can say business volume generations, donations, money, trust funds, both different aspects of discussion that were discussed during the program. For example, like Srishti is organizing CK Mishra's workshop for raising funds for assistance of elderly people, old age care, with donation amount is like handed each candidate. If 50 candidates participated, then there will be 5,015 to 100 funding, 30% for management, 1,500 to trust, 3,500 for other kind of like negotiations discussion. Then the example Srishti is working, then she will get 3,500 for her work, and it was calculated accordingly, which could be discussed proportionately for your proper management, so that organizing charges, teaching fee, teaching learning materials, and other could be managed through those funds. This was a model that was discussed. Then you can appoint your father or other person, your in-laws also, as a settler, like who he or she will tell you about these things. Then conclusion, like who will look after what kind of thing. Like if CK Mishra is the settler, he will write to Rajesh Prakash or like he will be settler, he will give all right to Rajesh Prakash, and Rajesh Prakash will be working as managing trustee. CK Mishra will get his honorarium amounts quality for project development and implementation for trust. Then Rajesh Prakash will pay CK Mishra for his work for trust. Such kind of discussions were taken place. Whether negotiation concluded or not, the person may change nature of work were cultivated during the process of discussion. You follow the way for your further negotiations after completion of your degrees as per your employability ventures. Note for the meeting to register us as a trust. Then second session were organized. This is a case study that I am sharing you how negotiations and communications prospers, like Soap and Establishment Act, Society Act, what we can say Central Society Act, Service Act, Trust Act, Company Act. Which will you pursue for the things? Then the desk review of document will take place. Like you'll have to uh, organize sessions, workshops where you can review and present all kind of presentations related with those X, like shop and establishment tax. What are the things to pay income tax if total turnover is 8 lakh and above? It was also revised in due course of time. Labor office to get what we can say form with agents like PAN card or name, develop website. This is about identity cards, develop website, think about project, bank amount, none or who need at least 2%, except shape, shop and establishment act, minimum 5 member is required, and how it changed, like establishment form, collectorate, registry, Katib works for what kind of land related registrations and obedience of the due process for such kind of documentation. Then task to know how to start funding agency, how to start a funding agency, doning agency was envisioned. Then you discuss about principal objectives, like what would be the probable principal objectives of a trust. If you are aspiring to establish a trust, you should read biology of two or three or more organizations available online. Then you can pursue for these things, like promotion of national integration, communal harmony, universal brotherhood, and global peace, promotion and advocacy of human rights and fundamental freedom for all without any discrimination of race, religion, caste, sex, color, and what we can say language. Develop and mobilization of community and natural resources to give the right direction to the people of the marginalized and economically deprived weaker section of the trust or society for their sustainable overall development, to work with a special what we can say concentration for the child and women welfare. Then you note about certain points, like we can call general meeting with institutions heads to show our proposal for them, like make a list of the organizations of your concerned sector. You can call them for participation in meeting. You can share your plan after discussions, and in this process this working environment cultivates. Then you organize third session. I had a third session with my friend. Note, like we can give invitation to institution head for formal business presentations. And my friend suggested me, like we will not have trust or other kind of thing, that I decided that I will facilitate for these things. He had his own venture. He looked after his career future. I bestow my best wishes for his future endeavors. Then aims to complete, like get the list of all NGOs or trust or society of Bihar with address or area of intervention where you are working. Get the list of the all private companies of Bihar with address and your respective districts, states. NGO Darpan established by Niti Aayog facilitates for such kind of things. Like got the list of all the what we can say for put in like inputs, schools, institutions of Bihars and other kind of things in your business directory with address, who are dealing with plus 2 students, BBA, BCA, MBA, bachelor, master courses. Then to have visiting cards, like Sikimestra founder chairman Shiksha head office Bihar, like I have discussed about thing about my own village. You have to establish your own venture, that how you are aspiring for it. Develop your project proposal according to the suggested methodology. Then you develop your own visiting card, like you can write your name, your direction, you write it like you want to develop yourself as founder chairman. You develop about your project, about turning potential into performance, personality development, project implementation, head office age, your email. Then mobile number changes because mobile were lost several times due to the snatching. It is very unfortunate to see such kind of incidents, and its recurring natures also causes hurdles and obstacles into the path of your future, what we can say, aspirations and activities. And law enforcement facilitates for securing your rights. Then had a discussion of desk review on 19th April 2000, like 14th April 2011, and I discussed about some probable objectives of trust. You can refer it to develop a biology for your proposed project, like probable objectives of trust to promote national integration, communal harmony, universal brotherhood, and global peace, to promote and advocate human rights and fundamental freedom for all without any discrimination of race, religion, caste, color, sex, and language, to develop and mobilize community and natural resources to give the right direction to the people of the marginalized and economically weaker section of the society for their sustainable overall development, to work with a special concentration for the child and women welfare, to organize and take up health, educational, and welfare programs for needy women and children on priority basis, to promote charitable values, literature, science, art, education, and culture, to conduct research studies on the social and economic conditions of people with a view of involving ways and means for their development within their societal historical frameworks, and to seek promotion of rural development such as provision of drinking water, rural industrialization, as well as public convenience for people. Then to explore ways for promotion of socio-economic development in the community, to work and to undertake, organize, conduct, and facilitate courses, conferences, lectures, research, and education on various aspects and of science, technology, trust, and other fields. To train, like impart training, the downtrodden people in general for human resources development in the view of the emerging needs such as database development, resource survey methodologies, computer environment studies, health, education, and energy problems. Then to undertake and promote the publication and translation of journal, research papers, and books, and to develop the audiovisual programs to disseminate knowledge pertaining to the objectives of the trust. Then to work for the welfare of the society, neglected and marginalized people. Then to protect and fight against the injustice against people, to encourage and promote family welfare activities among needy people, to aid or establish any institution, technical or otherwise, to promote education of art, science, or other related fields for the benefits of the downtrodden and weaker section of the society, to arrange and provide medical aid and other assistance necessary for living to the needy people who are incapable of or handicapped or mentally or physically retarded and financially unfit, to start and assist the relief measures in the part of the country which become affected to natural calamities like famine, fire, flood, earthquake, or others, to communicate and coordinate with the government, local, and public authorities on various issues related to development, welfare, and public interest on different subjects, to construct, maintain, alter, improve, or develop any building or belonging to the trust or work necessary on convenience for the purpose of trust, to arrange, establish, and maintain centers of adult education, vocational education, technical training, low cost education, formal and non formal education, to fight against HIV, AIDS, and other communicable diseases, to aware people about various social issues, to fight against evils, to issue appeals, raise funds, and accept gifts, donations, subscriptions in cash or in kind, and any party either movable or immovable, for the achievements of the objectives of the trust, to acquire, purchase, or otherwise own or undertake on loan or lease or hire temporarily or permanently and movable or immovable property necessary or convenient for the further for what we can say obedience, like fulfillment of the objects of the trust, to organize and take up health, education, and welfare programs for needy and poor women and children, than to promote and protect Indian traditional music, dance, handicrafts, handlooms, art, modern art, and literature, to support the families and relatives of artists for promotion or promoting the budding artists in the trust, to establish an award for the deserving people in the field of music, arts, at grassroots level, society services, communal harmony, brotherhood, and peace, to encourage the emerging artists and their talent so that they can get proper recognition within and beyond the country, to establish centers for the promotion of music, dance, and other arts, to establish residential and non residential cultural centers for promotion of music, dance, and other arts, to work for environmental protection, forestation, plantation, wasteland management, to organize vocational training for women and needy people, to organize awareness camps, health camps, march, awareness generation for important issues, workshops, camping, and exhibition, to aware people about their democratic and fundamental rights, to promote cottage industries, khadi, and traditional handicrafts, to advocate Panchayati Raj system among citizens, to provide various medical services such as organizing health and awareness, camps of immunization, eye care, motherhood, child care, and communicable diseases control, to prevent any epidemics and to advocate both permanent and temporary measures of family planning, to provide basic medical facilities, sanitation, general awareness care, and other needful support which can be helpful for public. Others like to overcome sufferings and agony of any natural and what we can say man-made disasters and to facilitate them to rehabilitate, to provide medical, emotional, psychological, social, and medical support to severe citizens of our society by settling up various drops and centers, shelters, homes, senior citizen homes, old age homes, and other entertaining or entertainment centers so that these highly honorable people should not be neglected and they should be included